It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up,
the first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now, this defense for the Pats, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down.
The deep to return it is Marcus Jones.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Patriots take over.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. Now Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Bailey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Throwing, Jones.
Downfield and caught by Thornton.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The Patriots at 4-3, a game over 500. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Tyquan Thornton.
His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Patriots will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. They got it done.
Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. 2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 127 yards, and a score.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, That man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Hurts to throw. James has got it. Complete. On the move past the 40. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Richie James, 70 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
To throw again on second down. Jones. And he gets this to Thornton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. Down inside the 10. Touchdown. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Patriots have moved out in front. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Holding. Defense.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Off play action. Jones out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, and all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Jones looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Patriots go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
A pretty wild first quarter, 21-7.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Hurts. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Jones on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Patriots to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At the 40. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He finds his man complete. That's Bailey. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is converted.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
They'll roll him out right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found
touchdown, Patriots.
Tyquan Thornton on a his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Patriots have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Tyquan Thornton who brought in the touchdown reception to cap things off.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Colts coming out now. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. Gets past 1 man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
A little juke. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Patriots offense heads back out there, and we get another look at Tyquan Thornton.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's good for 28 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Balin. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Jones nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
And the pressure gets to him again.
That's Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker who got in and dropped him to the turf. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities.
Past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Patriots offense heads back out there. We get another look at Tyquan Thornton.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 25 on second down. Jones throwing the out route incomplete. It's Foster. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Jones off the play fake, eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Throwing is Hurts. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
That's not good enough, man.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
On the option to give to Taylor here. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers.
Touchdown Colts!
Michael Pittman,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Patriots offense heads back out there, and we get another look at Tyquan Thornton.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Looking to throw. Jones completes this one to Thornton. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 21. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England. From 21 yards away, as his guys have opened up a very The point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. It spans 7 plays. And it was Tyquan Thornton who brought in the touchdown reception to cap things off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Hurts going to keep it again. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back now in Foxborough. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. From the 24, Jones. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. On 4th down, Jones over the middle, complete. That's Foster. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line. And
this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Patriots are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point safely through. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st down, Hurts. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for Andy. And even 40 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Bronco switch, Bronco switch. Track, roll.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to 16.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones rolling to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bailey. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
On second and goal, Hurts. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on third and goal? Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
They turn to Taylor on fourth. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble lost.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Patriots offense heads back out there, and we get another look at Tyquan Thornton. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Jones now. Off play action. Throw left side, complete to Foster. Finding room at midfield. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Patriots, the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston.